Oh, let's do shout
at
out.
Home, at home, they call her mommy.
Oh, mommy, yes. Shout out to you, mommy. There's not. I have not. Please, my head is clear.
Okay? Surely.
Just so you know, my head is clear. Okay. Thank you very much. My head is very. The gentleman I have in studio is an assertive political activist with a mission to secure for all fairness, equity of mind, social justice, and economic liberation. We'll get into his life in a bit. He wants to be president of the Republic on the ticket of the PNC. Why did it take him so long? Why now? Is he able to win? Is he not able to win? What do the people think? Bernard Mornah is my guest. Good morning, Chief.
Morning, boss.
And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Why did you take the decision to lead the PNC in your bid to become president of the Republic?
Why?
Yes.
Ghana deserves a courageous leader. Ghana deserves a decisive leader. Our country has been berated. Our country has suffered a lot more poor leadership. Not because the people are poor. I insisted yesterday that, like Kwame Nkrumah said, Ghana is not poor, but it is poorly led. And because it is poorly led, the leadership crisis has turned to be an economic, social, cultural crisis. Many young people simply cannot find their feet. From the year 2003, when I left University of Cape Coast, majority of my colleagues have not secured any permanent job in their lives.
Really?
They get a transient job. They do for about 2 years maximum, and then it's like the contract is over. Then they are off job. They have to secure another job. So they go and get a stint somewhere for about 6 months. And that has been the lot of many Ghanaians.
Right.
So the lack of permanency of jobs simply means that they are totally underemployed. Why are we in this situation? We are in this situation because our nation is poorly led, where our government believes in the prescriptions of Bretton Woods institutions. And anytime, as Chairman Mao Zedong will say, anytime the West is praising you that you are doing well on a certain economic paradigm, you have to change course. It means that you are actually doing worse. Anytime they tell you that, look, your economic indicators are good, Massa, reverse. It means that you are leading yourself.
Watch again.
Reverse. You have to take a retreat. It means that you are leading yourself into a ditch, into a calamity. And so over the years, our model that we plan to lead us out of this economic and social quagmire has been overturned. Johnny, give me one institution that is generating revenue for this nation. All the institutions that could generate revenue for us, we have been advised that we are incompetent to manage them. And so we should sell them off. Then we have left with only institutions that are actually expenditure outlets. So no production, only consumption. Take Ghana Education Service in its entirety.
Right.
Do they generate revenue?
No.
Take Ghana Health Service. They don't generate revenue. Take the security agencies, from the Ghana Police to the Army, to prisons, to customs, to fire service, and immigration. They don't generate revenue. So we have been saddled with only expenditure consuming institutions. And we have been asked to auction our revenue generating institutions. And these things were cleverly planned by our Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
So that as we generate revenue here, we are able to meet our expenditure here. But now, every development that we have to do, we have to go and borrow in order to come and do the development. So we constantly and continuously indebt ourselves because of poor leadership. See, Johnny,
tell me.
You own a car, and they tell you that you are unable to manage the car, so sell it. After you have sold the car, the person who encouraged you to sell off your car now come and tell you that come and take a loan and go and build a car parking lot or a garage. What are you going to park there? You have sold off your car. So we sold off Ghana Airways, and we now went and took loans to come and construct airports. So we constructed Terminal 3. We constructed Kumasi. We constructed Tamale. We constructed Ho. We are thinking about doing one in Cape Coast. We have constructed Wa. And when we finish the construction, whose planes are going to land? If it was not profitable, how come that they continue to run theirs? So if it is about inefficiency, incompetence on the part of those who are running the institutions, simply change them and bring the likes of Johnny and others that are competent to run institutions and are actually burning to see success.
Are you good enough to lead Ghana as president?
Do you invite people who are poor enough to come on your show?
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, you don't invite people who are substandard to come on your show. The fact that I merit a one-on-one with you is indicative of the quality. And Johnny, I didn't give you what you read about me.
No.
I don't know where you got it from because I didn't write it. And you have studied my political steps. You have studied the things I have done. And you have come to that conclusion. And so, even from your introduction, it tells you that you're asking, why has it taken me that long? It means you are expecting me to lead this nation longer than today. But probably at a certain point, I was timid. I have come out of that timidity.
Do you have the right backing in terms of your political party? Is it strong enough to compete?
I will not rely on PNC and its membership to become president of Ghana. I want to rely on the generality of the Ghanaian society to become president of Ghana. And I need you to be part of that change that is coming. And so, yes, the PNC is the vehicle. But we need the passengers onto the vehicle. And those passengers are the Ghanaian people. And so, therefore, yes, I'm going to lead the PNC, but looking for the votes of Ghanaians. John, you'll see, we come here, and this is what I say. Have you been to Malata Market before?
I have.
You speak English to buy your commodities?
No. Why would I do that at Malata Market?
So, what language do you speak?
Ga,
Hausa,
yes.
Very good. Why? How come that we have criminalized it? That when you go to school, you are in school, and you speak our languages, they ask you to hold your ears. And then you hope, I will never speak vernacular
Frog
again.
jump.
How come that we have reduced our languages of origin to inferior level? And therefore, we don't feel confident enough when we don't speak the Queen's language.
3FM.
You understand? And that is why we say that we will want to ensure that we nationalize Twi, Hausa, and any language, any geographical area you find yourself. The language of origin of that place will be a language of instruction in school. Nobody will be criminalized. Look, there are people, and I know a lot of people, technical people, very proficient in electrical work, very proficient in plumbing work, but they cannot speak English. And you know many.
Right.
Because they cannot speak English, government contracts and other contracts are not given to them because they don't have English certificates. And yet, the quality of jobs that they can do, those holding the certificates of electrical engineering and what have you, cannot actually do the job. So what do? We go and give people holding certificates and degrees in courses, and then they now go and look for the people who can do the job. In order to become an engineer, you have to learn English before you can go and study what? Engineering. If you go to Japan, they don't study English before they come and study engineering. They study engineering in their language. You go to Czech Republic, they study their language. You go to Germany, they study in their language. Go to Japan, they study in their language. Go to France, they study in their language. So go to Korea, they study in their language. There is a proximity between your language and the level of advancement.
But Bernard, then
Alai?
Then the question comes: in Ghana, for example, we don't have a national language of our own. What we have is Obronese language. If we decide to go by what you're saying, whose language are we going to? Are we going
I have
to
just adapted Kosau?
for you? Are we going to speak?
I have just adapted for you.
Are we going to speak Dagbani? Are we going to speak Frafra, Inzama? What are we going to speak?
Johnny, I'm a Dagao. I speak Dagari.
Right.
You will say I'm a Dagati. But the proper person that I am, I will not fall into.
Dagao.
I'm a Dagao.
Right.
Right? When it's plural, we are Dagaba. When it's singular, we are Dagao. Right?
Right.
When the language is come into question, is Dagari.
Right.
So I distinguish because I understand my language. I'm saying that your language of origin. So if you are in the Upper West region, what's your language of origin?
Dagao.
Dagari. So you speak it and it's taught in school. In addition to that, Twi and Hausa, and I chose Twi and Hausa because there is no community in this country that if you are able to mimic some words in Twi, you will not get somebody to communicate with. You may not like it, but that is the truth. So why do we pretend that Twi is not spoken nationally? So let's nationalize it. Now, Hausa, because if you have traveled the way I do, that to travel within West Africa from Ghana to Burkina Faso to Mali to Senegal by road, you realize that after you have crossed the border,
your passport is Hausa.
if you cannot speak Hausa,
if you can't speak French or Hausa, forget
it. You can't do anything. So in order to ensure that regional integration and communication amongst ourselves, we will adapt Hausa. It's not because it's a Ghanaian language, but it's a language that is spoken from amongst our neighbors and everywhere. Johnny, it is not a crime. And this is what I tell people. Many people have the same problem. They look, but we have used English. Some of us have even lost our own indigenous tongues. We cannot speak. We are not born there. Then I say, look, we are sitting in a vehicle and realize that we're going initially smoothly. All of a sudden, the brake pads are all gone. But we are moving from Accra to Sankana. And by the time we got to Suhum, the brake pads are gone. What do we need to do? Do we continue the journey to Sankana? Or we have to stop and ensure that the vehicle is properly
You have
fixed?
to fix the vehicle first. If not, you will die.
So we have used English, and this is the best we have. That is why you can say that you have an economic whiskit who is not able to propound solutions to our peculiar economic problems.
Is that a stray bullet to Dr. Baumia?
Well, I requested for the vehicle and not the steer.
I don't understand.
I requested that give me the vehicle of Ghana to move and not the steer.
Dr. Baumia is asking for the steer. He wants to be in control.
No, the steer is not the vehicle. So you need the vehicle. And then the steer is just a component. So if they remove the steer for you, where will you go with the steer?
It's digital. Wi-Fi, wireless car.
Okay. Wireless car, then you don't need a steer actually. The steer will move by itself. So I'm looking for the vehicle. And the vehicle contains a lot of things.
For example?
The vehicle has a tie. It has brake pads. It has what? Horns.
Right.
It has
lights.
It has so many things. So when you take only the steer, I can tell you that you aren't going anywhere.
What is Bernard Mornah's plan? Your big vision, your big plan for Ghana if you get elected as flag bearer of the PNC going into the 2024 elections?
Oh, a Ghana that is self-sufficient, a Ghana that will not depend on the prescriptions of Bretton Woods institutions that tend to undermine our forward march. See, as part of our policies that will be rolling out very soon, now that we have declared, we have said that every Ghanaian will be born into wealth and not debt.
How?
So we are told that we are called the Gold Coast.
Right.
Reason being that Ghana is endowed with a lot of minerals.
Right.
Have you ever seen a gold account or some contribution into your personal account as monies or proceeds from gold?
No.
The people of Libya under Gaddafi, when they said that they were the black gold, oil-rich country, and they took control of their economy from 17% ownership to 79% ownership. Every Libyan had a feel of oil proceeds in their accounts. You know that. So once you were born a Libyan, as soon as you were born, the following month, an account is created for you, and it's an investment account. Until you turn 18, the account is held in trust for you. And so it's an investment that every month they put money in that account. So you see that you were born into wealth and not into debt. Today, as we speak, every Ghanaian owes about 25,000 Ghana cedis.
I'm not part.
You are not a Ghanaian?
I didn't spend some of the money.
No.
Did you spend some
I'm
of the
saying
money?
that
No,
every Ghanaian owes.
But we didn't spend some. Why do you want to put that on us?
No, that is the reality. I am not part of that. As we speak, we have gone to go and renegotiate with the same Bretton Woods institutions and multilateral institutions that we will be settling our debts in 2035. Akufo-Addo did that. And now somersaulted and said that our economy is doing well. When you have just shifted the burden of debts that you have accumulated to 2035, will you be around to manage that debt? Would Dr. Amin Anta be around as Minister for Finance to cater for that debt? Will Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be around? Yet they have shifted that burden. And I'm saying that if you divide the total debt stock of Ghana by the total population, you are getting 25,000 per Ghanaian. So Ghanaians are actually born into debt and not into wealth. And I'm saying that take control of the commanding heights of the economy. So why do we allow the extractive sector today? Tell me which mining company Ghana owns. Give me one. Gold mining is not profitable. It's not lucrative. Yet the private sector can come and run our gold mines. We have sold and auctioned what belongs to us to them. They make money. They go to Australia, Canada, and other places, and they are playing golf, and our people are suffering unemployment. So we take control.
But you have to go past the hurdle in your party. There's Samson Asaki Awengobet, who has indicated that he wants to run. Maybe David Apasera will also come up. I don't know who else will come up. Janet Nabla took part of your party away. That hurdle, how easy will it be for you to scale it?
I am the next president of Ghana.
You don't see competition with
I am the next president of Ghana. If you want to enrich your CV by coming to contest me, it's good. Because then you will say that, you see, the president of Ghana, I contested him.
But you are not a flag bearer yet.
I'm saying that I am the next president of Ghana. I hope I'm speaking good English.
Yes, you are.
And to be the next president of Ghana means, and I'm leading to the PNC to that.
Right.
What it means is that I am at the top. It is for me to lose. Yesterday, I did my declaration and go around the 275 constituencies.
Now 76 if we have Sal.
Well, the Electoral Commission has not made that very clear yet. So the 200...
You don't trust the Electoral Commission?
I don't.
Okay.
People are contesting. People are doing posters. They are doing... How do you go and do when the constituency is not well delineated?
But the Electoral Commission...
They took a CI to Parliament and they withdrew the CI. And they've not said anything. They said that they are doing mop-up registration from today till the 3rd. So what does that mean for the people of Sal?
I see. So you don't trust the Electoral Commission?
How do you trust
the
an
people of
Electoral
Sal
Commission? How are they going to vote when they are not ready? They are not prepared.
But it's been 4 years, at least.
It's been 4 years, counting. The Electoral Commission took a CI. We all hailed it. Some political parties quickly went and then they did primaries. Their candidates are in limbo. You don't know whether you are going to be a candidate. And the Electoral Commission is sitting and everybody is clapping that democracy is doing well. Democracy cannot do well when individuals that are privileged to head institutions of state think that it is their personal property and they will run it the way they want.
If Bernard Mornah becomes president, and you were just telling him about 275 constituencies before we digress into this EC thing, maybe we finish that. You say I should go around there, what would I point?
Just take a pause this morning. You don't need to go around. Just take a pause and just call around. And they will tell you that Bernard Mornah is our flag bearer waiting for Congress on the 31st of August.
What did you tell them?
I spoke to them candidly. that our party is here because we have not gotten a messenger over the past decades. And today, we have a messenger that will be able to carry the message of the party, which message the people of Ghana always accept.
But you have been chairman of the party before.
But not the messenger. The messenger is the standard bearer. I've never been flag bearer of the party. I've always contributed to people becoming flag bearer. I've actually contributed to people becoming president of this country. And I can tell you that it is time to be president myself.
I see. And who will be your vice president?
Don't subtract yourself because we are still scouting around.
I see. Now, the people of Ghana are in so much economic turmoil. Do you think that 4 years will be enough if you get elected?
It didn't take Kwame Nkrumah this long.
To correct the things that we have
It didn't take Kwame Nkrumah this long. It took Kwame Nkrumah prepared before he came to the presidency. And so once Kwame Nkrumah got prepared, don't forget that.
Okay, better you hold on for me. I'll have to do this quickly and then get back to you. This is Sunrise here on 3FM 92.7. My guest is Bernard Mornah. See you shortly after this.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM. 3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
Hello, yummy mummies. Great news. Your favorite Cerelac fruit now comes in a refreshing new look and has the same nourishing whole grains fortified with Iron Plus. And guess what? Cerelac fruits can now be consumed from 6 months. Yes, you heard right. Just like your other favorite Cerelac variants because of the banana, apple, and orange fruit flakes. Remember, good nutrition is needed to support optimal growth and learning. Your favorite maize, wheat, rice, and fruit Cerelac variants from 6 months now comes in a refreshing new look. Enjoy the goodness of Cerelac with the same nourishing whole grains fortified with Iron Plus in an exciting new look. Remember, good nutrition is needed to support optimal growth and learning. Cerelac, it's so good, Mom. This advert is FDA approved.
Just like how water refreshes you on a hot sunny day, a refreshing bath with Alive soap leaves you feeling fresh and brimming with confidence. Available in lemon, coconut, rose, and aloe vera. Alive soap. Feel fresh. Feel alive. This advert is FDA approved.
Alive soap, Alive soap, Alive soap.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 # and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial star 712 #. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 #. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 #. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast to spread, it's still on point. Watch it spread it all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Watch it spread, it's still on point. For your bread, it's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's yummy delicious, it's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's still on point. Fortune spread, it's yummy delicious. It's still on point.
Fortune spread. Delicious.
creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
It's 19 minutes after 9. Welcome back to the show, Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My guest is Bernard Mornah. He wants to be president of the Republic. He says, well, don't worry. I've already crossed that hurdle in my party, even though the contest is yet to be had. He says, well, everybody around the country in my party believes that I am the main man to do this. Jobs, Bernard. 1.9 million of our young people are unemployed. What's your plan?
That's a grossly understated figure by the Ghana Statistical Service.
They got it wrong?
Totally wrong.
What is the actual figure?
We should be getting in excess of 5 million young people that have not gotten jobs.
How did you come by that figure?
Johnny, take the standards of how many students come out of the universities alone. The tertiary institutions. Then you go lower, and they come out and there are no jobs. Then you come and grossly understate the number of people in this country that do not have jobs. Even if you take that, 1.9 million, that tells you what is the youth population. The youth population is in excess of 50% of our total population.
Right.
So if our total population is 33 million, you are telling me that of the 33 million, about 30 million of them have jobs? Certainly not. Certainly not. So don't come and give us statistics that we cannot believe and we cannot relate with. That is first and foremost. So the statistics have been grossly understated.
Right.
So how are we going to do jobs? You cannot do jobs when you are only spending. You have to generate revenue. And I insist that, look, communication is a security issue. So you don't allow your telecommunications to be hijacked by private sector. If you allow your communication to be hijacked by the private sector, what you are actually saying is that everything that concerns you, the private sector can hijack it. So anytime we communicate, MTN has our records. Telecel has our record. Glo has our record. Airtel Tigo has our records. So before government can get it, they have to pass it to the government. Are we safe? Go to Canada, go to the United States and what have you. They control their telecommunication because you cannot toy with it. And that is how come they can control. And probably the reason why they killed President Gaddafi. Because he wanted Africa to own our own communication. He brought the African satellites such that when you are making a call to Togo, the call doesn't have to go to London before it comes to Togo. Or if a Togolese is making a call to Ghana, the call doesn't have to go to Paris before it gets to Ghana. So now Africa can communicate within Africa without our calls going to that place. They couldn't spare Gaddafi, they killed him. But obviously it tells you how serious communication is. But we don't have any communication. We sold our Ghana Telecom. And I think the last time I spoke to you here, and I said that of the 20 million active subscribers to most of the telecos, on average we spend 10 Ghana cedis a day. Times 20 million, that's how much? 200 million.
200 million, yeah.
Money that is generated. Sika, Kudi. That is generated in our country just through mobile communications alone. 200 million. What is the share that goes to the Ghana government? Apart from tax revenue, zero. So how do you generate wealth? And come and tell me that the telecom sector has added to your GDP so and so. You are proud to come and talk about it. If it is not English you have gone to study and relate it to economics, you don't own the economy, so why are you talking about gross domestic product? Gross domestic product simply means that the summation of the wealth of the nation. Irrespective of who contributed that wealth. So you sum up, I'm just using the telecoms sector. You sum up the wealth of the telecom sector, 200 million a day. Gross times 365 days. Do we need to go to the IMF if we have that money in our country?
But that money is not yours, it belongs to the telcos.
It belongs to the telecos. And because you have decided that you are so useless, Oh yes, you have decided that you are so useless that you cannot run a teleco. That what belongs to you, you will sell. And sit down and expect that somebody will go and make his money and come and declare profit. Then you then take tax out of the profit. In these days of smart accounting, they will actually even declare losses. They will tell you what they have bought. That has made it too unnecessary. So the money is actually, you think that is profit. They are using it to offset debt. And as soon as they finish, they repatriate the money. There you are. You are deflated. There's no money that is generated in your economy. Go to the extractive sector, as I've said. You have nothing. Now, worse is that when somebody goes and steals a good, no one should encourage stealing. You go to your court, then the court will tell you that you have incarcerated the person for 2 years.
Right.
How much is a good?
It depends. 700, 900 these days.
Well, I just bought some 5 goods. 5 goods for 1,500 in Sankana.
Oh, plus transport to Accra.
You understand? So I am telling you.
Right.
But you think that 1,500 can feed a prisoner for 2 years?
No.
So what is the sense in incarcerating people, and the people have no benefit to you? So you rather are spending on those that you say you are going to punish. You say you are limiting their freedoms. You want to reform them. What did you do? So I am saying that the State Farm concept should be revisited.
That's one planting for food and jobs. One district, one factory, one village, one dam. It's a
Where is it?
Nice policy put together.
Where is it?
Have you
been to the Upper West region before?
Yes, I have been there before.
Show me where the one village, one dam is. Not in Ulo, not in Sankana, not in Pagadinge. So where is the one village, one dam? Is it the one that the Minister for Special Initiatives, Sawa Kunsi, indicated that we needed about 3 million Ghana cedis to do a dam, and they gave her 250,000. And therefore, she dug out. Yet, the statistics show, as revealed by Manasseh, that they spent, officially, about 700 Ghana cedis to do one dam. But the ministry told us that they spent 250. So what happened to the difference of 400 Ghana cedis?
There's no dam in your...
There's no dam in Sankana. In fact, the dam that we have, all that the chiefs and people call for was that come and dredge it. There's no dam there. There's no dam in Kaluri. There's no dam in Samatugu or Nyimbale. There's no dam in Tapu. What are we talking about here? Tell me. So, yes, it was a policy pronouncement that never saw the day of light.
So Akufo-Addo has failed?
He lied.
Oh, but you can't say that of a senior.
What did he do?
Senior citizen that he lied.
He lied to us that he was going to do it. He didn't. He told us he was going to give us 1 million, the equivalent of $1 million per constituency. He lied. He did.
They said that disbursements have been made.
Where? Is it not the disbursement that we were championing, and you were championing, and they told you that they were establishing the development authorities?
Yes.
And when they finished the development authorities, they gave them $1 million per year. So go and ask the Northern Development Authority, because I am keen about my constituency. If they got $1 million per year, I know what we will use it for. And so $1 million per year, that is about how many? 16 billion. That's a huge sum of money for the development of. So each year, it didn't come. You promised us one district, one factory. Nadoli Kaleo district has no factory. Jirapa district has no factory. Laura district has no factory. Nandam district has no factory. Wa does not have a factory. Where is the factory? So they lied to us.
So all the statistics that we've been reading on the performance,
they
don't exist.
I've just indicated the narrow prism of the Upper West region.
Okay.
And I'm saying that it doesn't exist. Tell me in Greater Accra where it exists. Obviously, they will not do one village, one dam in the Greater Accra region. But tell me where you can find them. These are not things that we concoct. We are passionate because if they were done, they will lead to certain liberation for our people. Unfortunately, we were lied to, and we believed in those lies. And here we are.
There's John Mahama, there's Dr. Baumia, there's Kwame Bediako, Alan Tremantin, who is the only one who has his manifesto out. You will join them if your party so clears you to wave the flag on their behalf. Do you think you can beat all these people?
John, if your gadgets are working, just type www.bernardmonah.com.
Okay, what would I find?
Just do that and you'll see that I am not a pushover. In any case, you are comparing me to those who have failed.
Oh, why are you so...
They should own up to their failure, that for 32 years they were given opportunity to run this nation, and that they have failed. They should raise up their hands and say, look, countrymen and women, we want to apologize for failing you.
Okay.
And we want to abdicate for a new generation, people with mettle, to take over the affairs of this country. They should do that if they have honor.
The last time we had a president from your region, he didn't last. He was military, regime, kicked him out. And some say that if he had had a chance, he could have done way, way, way better than most of these, presidents. Do you buy that idea?
And you think that when I become president, the military will take me out?
I didn't say that.
But you are saying that the last time we had one from the Upper West region, reference to President Hila Lehman, and that the military took him off, I will not be overthrown. Because what the people of Ghana requires to be done will be done. He inherited a very terrible state of affairs. Unfortunately for him, his own decided that they will meddle. And I met one of the people who actually did the coup and handed over to Jerry Rawlings. And I'm sure that all of them have their regrets for what they did. The economy was rebounding when they decided that it was rebounding slowly. They wanted it speedily. But of course, I am not President Lehman. I'm Bernard Mornah.
I see.
I have been around. I have been in the trenches with you, Johnny. I have fought struggles. Gunpoints, I have spoken my mind. I've had chance to run out of this country in order that I can save my life. So it's evident that I am not the type that is timid of taking bold and courageous decisions.
Bernard Mornah has been known as, some say, the face of demonstrations in Ghana, the serial demonstrator who is always asking for something from, the powers that be, give nurses their money, give teachers their money, stop this thing, break that law, all of those ones. Why don't you stay there and you want to go up? Somebody would ask.
Why do you think that I always have to tell somebody to do the things that they ought to do, when if I am there, I will do the things myself? Because the things that are protested against that are inimical for our cohesion, if I am there, I will not do them as ugly as they are being done. Recall that law students were to do a protest.
Right.
I'm not a law student.
Right.
And why were they doing protest? Because there was massive failure.
When they were sprayed with the hot water.
Where we were sprayed, we were almost, until we ran into the Canadian High Commission. They decided to put us on top of this Kentucky.
Right.
Or is it Thomas Sankara interchange?
Right.
They put us on top. As soon as we climbed, the police cordoned here, they cut us off here. What did you want citizens to do? We should jump? This is how terrible leadership is. All that we're saying is that, look, students want to become lawyers. You are limiting the space for them to become lawyers. Open up the space. And then you come. Sometimes you feel very broken. Johnny, just imagine us from the Flagstaff House, your junction here. We are on top of the interchange. Then you go and cut off at the immigration office.
Right.
And we are in the middle. What do you want the people to do? Somebody will not think that they think as soon as you do that, panic. People will be jumping, falling down. You were ready to kill. That is how murderous our state can be. I'm not a lawyer. We fought it. In the end, today, the space has been opened. Probably those who have had the opportunity because of the widened space for them to become lawyers and what have you, some will even be attacking me. But I was ready to take a bullet in order that people can get the opportunity to become what they want to be.
Will you be willing to unite the Incumaris front towards the 2024 general elections? That's always been on the table.
I have
at some
started,
point.
and I can tell you that I've met with a number of people.
The political parties that identify with the
Yes,
Incumaris
I've
front.
met a number of them. Probably it's not good for me to mention
The
names.
CPP seems to be in turmoil now. Your party has also been broken into two. CPP and Bloc sacked.
I have spoken to a number of them and will continue to speak.
And does it sound positive?
It sounds more than I could imagine. Some elders, some who started this whole exercise of trying to bring back the Nkrumah's-like government, have been very commending towards me. They say, look, Bernard, what you are doing, we didn't. Because it takes the leader. And this is what I say. The party is the leader and the leader is the party. If you don't have a vision, and you can see from my website,
Right,
if you have gone,
I've seen the website.
yeah, if you go, you
BAM for President
yes.
24.
Yeah.
Bernard Anbataayela Mornah.
And so you can make a contribution. Don't forget that
There's a contribution there.
Oh, just
Where?
go to the far end of the page on
Okay,
the
should-
right. You can see.
Donate. Right.
Just go there. You
it's
can
up
make
there.
a contribution.
So
So
how
don't
do
f-
people donate? You click on
Just
it.
click on it and then you can donate.
Okay.
And it's active. You can donate.
And it gives you the options. You donate.
You can donate by Momo. You can donate by card. You can donate by any other form.
I see.
AO Holdings did a solid job for me, and I'm
Okay.
sure that the face of the website alone tells you that this is a determined person.
I see. Let's look at.
I'm waiting for you to start your contribution.
I'm watching. I don't have money. You know I don't.
I didn't say you have money.
Yes.
Your 10 CD is enough.
Bernard Mornah. Let's.
I'll be monitoring to see that your donation of at least 10 CDs have come.
No, Helen will give you 50 cedis.
That is super. Thank you in advance.
Congratulations. She doesn't know that you went to demonstration for the affirmative action law. She
No, I did.
She
I
doesn't
fought
know.
for every cause.
She doesn't
And
know.
I mean, off air, I was telling her some of the things that I did with Amida Harrison, Rosemary Kutin, when I told them that, hey, your approach should be changed so that you can get the buy-in of the men. We have to. After all, I did gender studies when I was at the University of Applied Sciences in Berlin. So I understand a bit of what it would take in order to win this gender battle. So we spoke passionately about it.
Let's look at, in wrapping up, the number of ministers has always been a problem. People have complained about it. What does it look like for you? What's your template?
Johnny, I don't know whether you don't read my things. You have to be following me. I stated long before today that we'll deal with 30 ministers, no regional ministers.
That means you would have to amend the constitution then.
No regional ministers.
You won't have regional ministers.
What does regional ministers do?
They coordinate.
Coordinate what?
Activities.
There is a regional coordinating council.
Right, headed by the
It's
minister.
headed by the regional coordinating director.
Right.
Who is under the authority
Of the
or
local government.
local government. So that's all. So there's no need for regional ministers. So how many have you cut already?
16.
16.
Plus their deputies. That's another 16. 32.
You have cut off. So this country can be run effectively with 30 ministers. See, you don't need minister for roads and highways. You don't need minister for transportation, and you don't need minister for aviation. You just need minister for transportation. And the transportation sector can be divided largely into three. You have air transport, sea transport, and land transport. That's all. So why do you need minister for each of these? Ministry of Transportation, that is done. You don't need Ministry of Information and Ministry of Communication. You need minister responsible for ICT.
Are you going to run an all-inclusive government?
Johnny, I have said this. The government that I'm going to run in 2025 certainly will have NDC and MPP controlling parliament.
That will not be easy for you to run.
But it is an exciting government. Are you not enjoying the current state of parliament where an opposition member is the speaker of parliament? So can you imagine a situation where the governing party is different from those who control parliament? And these people are used to all the trickery in the system. So therefore, they will not permit me to do any trickery. We will do the best for the people of Ghana. That's about it. And I'm saying that, why? We need to appoint. I'm looking for competent Ghanaians. See, I've cited this example time without number, and permit me to do so.
Right.
Do you know the Ghana Publishing Company?
Yes, I do. Near Acropolis.
It was almost gone.
Right.
Looking so ugly.
David Asante.
David Asante went there.
Right.
That young man.
I commended him on TV.
And transformed the place. If you see even the outlook of the building, you will want to enter. How many government? Then you go to government institution, go around the government bungalows. Human beings are sleeping there. You think that they are meant for goods. You sleep in a place and the place is ugly. And because it belongs to the state, you are not doing anything to make it tidy. You go to some of the ministries. I passed through Cape Coast. I was going to the University of Cape Coast to do a program.
Right.
Then I saw the highways. When I saw the building on Saturday, I said, if I were president, the head of that highways there would be given a sack. That building looks so ugly.
But can you blame them if you don't give them? They are not a profit-making entity. If you don't give them the money,
buy cars.
They do.
Big cars.
They do.
Right? Go and see the kind of stationery, the kind of things they have. And you cannot squeeze something to at least make the edifice look like a place that is meant for human beings to work on. Johnny, just go around most of the ministries and go and see how ugly it is and see the kind of contracts they award.
And you say you stop all of that?
Why? This is what I say. Look, we will have a Herculean tax, but we will achieve it. Government contracts are awarded. You are a contractor, you win a contract, you do a shoddy job. Your company and yourself, you cannot get any job for the next 10 years. You are blacklisted for 10 years. Fortunately, any company registered in Ghana has a unique identity now. And that identity is referenced the people who have registered. So as soon as your Ghana card is part of the directors and shareholders of a company, and the company does a shoddy job, 10 years, you will not get job to do. The supervising engineer will not get job to do for the next 5 years. The consultant that supervised that consultant is blacklisted ad infinitum. When we do that to 2 people, every contractor will tell you that I will not give out what I don't have to give out in order to execute a contract. Because if I do, in the next 10 years, I will be without job.
Bernard Mornah, we have to go. Your closing thoughts to fellow Ghanaians.
Ghana is a beautiful country. It's a great country. Together we can make it greater. It requires courageous and bold leadership to deliver that. The BAM for Change 2024 is the solution to the problems that we face. We cannot rely on those who, for the past 32 years, have plundered us into this predicament to be the solution of our problem. As is often said, if you do the same thing and expect different results, you have to check your mind. We can't continue to do NDC and MPP and expect that we'll be able to leap Ghana to the next level. The next level is Bernard Mornah with the PNC.
Thank you, Bernard. We're grateful for your time. Elena Gronaso. I see. Bernard Mornah has entered the competition.